Namaste, I am Nibir and you are watching The True Narrative. Let's talk about awareness today. What is awareness? Awareness is that presence within you. That presence which is the source, and it is infinite and it is timeless and it is immortal. That which knows that you are, that the world is, that knower, that presence is awareness. That awareness is known as Atman in Sanskrit, and its nature is to witness everything that goes on without any reaction. It just witnesses. It is ever present. And that presence is what one needs to connect to in order to be one with the source. So this awareness is beyond the mind. And it is the goal of meditation to calm the mind down so that one can perceive oneself as awareness. So just like anything else, it is practice to get to awareness. One needs to negate everything else to arrive at the truth that one is awareness. So one has to say, like, I am not this and I am not that, which is Neti. Not this, not that. So by eliminating everything, one arrives at that which is left, that cannot be eliminated. And that is what is known as awareness or consciousness. And its nature is SatChitAnanda. So it's Sat, which is defined as truth. Truth as in the truth of your own existence, of that existence. The existence of awareness. It's the only thing that remains when everything else will dissolve. Or pralaya. When the universe will dissolve. It's the only thing that remains. And that's why it's true. Because everything else is temporal. It's ephemeral. So it's just coming and going. But that truth always remains. So that's why it's known as Sat. Chit is the conscious aspect of awareness. It is always the knower. It is always the witness of things that are going on around. It is its own witness as well. So it is alive without movement, and it is stillness. But it is conscious and it knows, and it does not need a body to be conscious. So consciousness is the function of awareness, not a function of the brain. The human brain is just the receiver and a transmitter of thoughts, emotions, feelings, and other electromagnetic waves. So that is Chit. And the last thing is Ananda, which is not, it's not happiness, it's different from happiness, because happiness has a opposite, which is sadness. Ananda is bliss. Now this can only be experienced when one has no need of anything other than one's own self. The self which is awareness. So when there are no desires and the mind is quiet, then one feels this bliss within. And as one continues to be aware or to pay attention to the awareness within, this bliss grows, and at one point it becomes permanent. So bliss or Ananda has no opposites. It is non-dual. And it's a permanent state of knowing, of being happy, of being blissful, without either the external or the internal affecting it in any way. So that's what is SatChitAnanda. And this is the nature of awareness. Now awareness is both internal and external. And when one's internal awareness increases, then one goes on to be aware of external things as well. So when one is in the present moment, the present moment is known as Shashwata, which is true. So the past and the future merge in this present moment. This present moment is divine, and it's our contact point with the source. So as you stay in the present, the awareness of, the real awareness of what is going on in the world, which is beyond the mind, increases. Our mind has been conditioned and programmed by various factors like education, society, media, and so on. But awareness is not conditioned or programmed by anything. So as one becomes aware of things that are going on in the external world, which are really going on, it is not an illusion created by the mind that this is what is happening, but it's the true nature of things. And that comes into one's awareness when you are in the present moment. When one is totally conscious and being present, this awareness shows us many things that we were not aware of beforehand. It's the same thing, but the perspective changes, the paradigm changes. You start looking at the same thing when one is aware in its true light of what it is. And it's like a new world opens up, a new reality, a new universe opens up, where you're experiencing life in a totally non-judgmental and real in a non-judgmental and real way. So let me think of an example. Well, the sun is, Once you are aware, for example, the sun, you feel the connection with the sun. The sun is not millions of miles away, but it becomes very much within your awareness. And you and the sun are not separate. So that feeling of being one with the sun comes. And it's reciprocated by the sun as well. So these are things difficult to explain, because only people, when you experience that state of awareness, then you understand this connection between the outer and the inner. And another example is simple worldly thing. It's like the chair, the wheelchair. So a wheelchair is, what is that? It's a person it's like making someone handicapped. So it's not a chairman per se, it's like a wheelchair. Why does one need chairs in the offices that have wheels? You don't need to turn, and you're not moving around the office using these wheels. At the most, you need a chair that swivels from left to right to work. But the base itself can be firm, like a stand. Like in a barber's, like a salon, in a barber shop. The base is firm, but the chair can rotate. So these kind of things come into one's awareness when you are aware that what is the functionality of this, and if there is no functionality of wheels on a chair when one is perfectly able to walk. So where did this thing come from? And it's again a function of the mind. A mind that is polluted, a mind that is tamasic, a mind that is destructive. So there are so many examples like that, and so I'm just giving you a glimpse of how, once you are aware, how the paradigm of that thing changes. So that's all for today. Wish you a divine day.